My name is Anita Wittenberg, and I am an actor. Well, I moved to Kamloops with my husband, Jeremy Tao, when he got the job as artistic director in 2009. And our kids were very young, and he had been at the AD at Shemanis Theatre on Vancouver Island for about 11 years and was so excited about moving to Kamloops, so we moved there. For that first year, I was just going to get my kids settled in school and have a grand old time. And I had never worked at Western Canada Theatre before that. I'd come up and seen some shows. It wasn't until after Jeremy passed away, which sadly was a year later, that I was set to do his adaptation of Christmas Carol, which I then did that Christmas with Kirk and a number of other wonderful people. And then my kids were in it as well, which was unexpected but wonderful. And from that, Daryl Cloran came on, and he just graciously gave me a bunch of wonderful roles. So I would say I was most active between 2011 to 2015 or so. Highlight shows would be Boeing Boeing, Noises Off, Waiting for the Parade, and was very fortunate because I was just trying to re-navigate life and wasn't expecting that I was going to be living there solo. But my kids loved Kamloops. My daughter graduated eventually from the fine arts school there. I can't say enough about how wonderful that community is, not just the theater, but of course, when you get to know all the people that live in the town and love to go to the theater. I was so happy to get to know teachers and healthcare workers and all sorts of amazing people. Even just going back this spring, I hadn't been in a show there since 2017 when I left. I was invited to come and do Kate Hamill's Pride and Prejudice. Scott Bellis directed it, and it was an absolute delight. It was very, very fun, and it was such a beautiful thing to be back on the Sagebrush stage, and I had re-met so many old friends. And the Sagebrush is a special place to perform in. I always remember so well first time I set foot in there. I just walked in and sat down and just had this feeling like, yeah, this is a nice space. It's just beautiful, you know. It's just you don't always get to work on that kind of a stage. There's just such history there and such a grassroots beginning and continuous growth of that company and all the people that work there and help there and through the years, but the absolute kindness and support behind the company. And then even to return this spring, and there's a lot of change in, like many places, the changeover of staff and lots of new people, but it always has this, again, I'm going to use that word warm, it always just has that welcoming feeling. And then to have these tremendously supportive audiences and volunteers that remember you and talk to you and become like friends, and yeah, it's pretty special. Pretty special place. I'm Anita Wittenberg, and my Western Canada Theatre is warmth.